Do you know what expected values are? Are you always afraid of the problems that ask you to find out what is the expected value of a random variable? Do you want to learn about expected values? If yes, then you are at the right place because in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to demystify what expected values are. So before getting started, you need to know two important things. One is what is an experiment, and second, what is a random variable. So an experiment is any activity that has an associated outcome. So rolling a dice is an activity for me. Tossing a coin is an activity for me. Now, what is the outcome associated with these activities or experiments? So after rolling a dice, the head of the dice, what comes on the top, could be either a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, or a 5, or a 6. That is the outcome of rolling a dice. So you know what an experiment is now, and you know what is the outcome of that experiment. Tossing a coin, the activity is tossing a coin, and the outcome is heads or tails. So an experiment is any activity that has an associated outcome. Let's talk about a random variable. So every experiment will have a set of possible outcomes. If you associate a random variable with an experiment, that random variable after performing the experiment is going to take on one of the values among the possible set of outcomes of that experiment. So if you associate a random variable x with the experiment of rolling a dice, random variable after performing the experiment is going to take on a value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So that's what random variables are. Now, what is the expected value? So if I were to conduct the experiment right now, what is the most likely value that I would get as an outcome? That is nothing but the expected value. Let's get into the math. So the mathematical definition for an expected value is that you perform the experiment n number of times, call those experiments E1, E2, E3, so on till En. You note down what outcomes do you get. Let's say the outcomes that you get are x1, x2, x3, so on till xn. Then finally, my math textbook tells me that the formula to find out the expected value is nothing but x is the random variable, and the most likely value of the random variable after performing the experiment is going to be that you perform the experiment n number of times where n tends to infinity, see what outcomes do you get, add them up and divide them by the number of times you perform the experiments. So the formula is pretty simple, but the thing is that if I write a program to evaluate this, it's going to be impossible because performing the experiment infinite number of times actually needs me to have infinite amount of time. So that means that I cannot actually go ahead and evaluate this. So being a new computer science graduate, what I did was instead of doing the experiment infinite number of times, I did the experiment of rolling a dice 10 times and saw what is the expected value according to that. So instead of this limit n tends to infinity, I thought let's just do it 10 times. So here's the code for that. I'll be conducting the experiment 10 times, the experiment of rolling a dice. I'll be noting down the outcomes and I'll add them up. Finally, I'll divide whatever total I get by 10 or the number of times I do the experiment. So if I run this code, the answer is 4.3. My math textbook told me that the answer should be 3.5. So obviously this is wrong because my math textbook cannot be wrong, right? So this is wrong. So instead of performing the experiment 10 times, let me perform it 100 times. And the outcome actually came closer to what my math textbook tells me it is. It became 3.8. So let's try 1000 times maybe. It got even closer to 3.5. Let me try it 10,000 times. And you can see that it's going closer and closer to the expected value that your math textbook tells you it is. Let me perform it 10 power 5 times. And it got closer, and the more number of times I perform the experiment, it's getting closer to 3.5. So maybe if I perform it infinite number of times, it will actually converge to 3.5, although there is no way of confirming till now whether it will or not. But at least that's what it seems like. It's somehow going close to 3.5. So let's just trust our book for now, because in the next video we'll be talking about contribution technique, because only using that will you be actually able to evaluate why it is 3.5. For now, let's consider another experiment. This experiment is that you toss 3 coins and see how many heads do you get after tossing 3 coins. My math textbook tells me that the expected value for tossing 3 coins and the number of heads that you get is 1.5. So let's try that out. I'll toss 3 coins for 10 power 5 or 6 times, and I will see how many heads I got. I'll add them up and I'll divide them by the number of times I do the experiment. It should come out to be 1.5 according to my math textbook. Let's see what it turns out now. It in fact came out to be 1.5. So guys, if this video helped you to understand what expected values are and you would like me to come up with another video to discuss the contribution technique, then make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Till then, bye.